Hello ladies and gents, I am Nadifin and welcome to Aurora 4X. This is the initial episode, so episode 0, the game setup phase for this incredibly in-depth, highly detailed and very good 4X game, as given by the title. It is, however, a little bit graphically simplistic, to be perfectly honest. However, it is incredibly functional, and yeah, it is a very good game, and definitely recommend it. It is completely free, and the link for this version will be in the description below. I am in fact using the Aurora wrapper, which is also supposed to be used for portable devices, which would be rather nice. Portable may mean laptop though. Some of this technology is a little bit old. Anyway, we're going to be playing Aurora. So, I'm going to just set up the game here, and I'm not going to play it in Sol. I'm going to create my own Space Master Empire and start in a completely random part of the universe. That means everything is going to be generated, not utilising actual star names and information which we actually know about those. Also, not starting in Sol is just a little bit interesting. I've seen a few games of this played on YouTube, and all the ones I've seen have been played in the Sol system. So just to be a little bit different, I think going with the Space Master Empire, create my own starting system and race will be more interesting. Because this, I don't actually require any of this information, because this will be adjusted when I create the Empire itself. Going to be starting in year 1, and everything else here, the number of systems and all that will be fine. Nothing there will change. Race generation, the non-player races, the NPRs. This is when you enter a system which has a suitable planet for colonization, and actually a livable planet. This is the percentage chance at which these will be generated. So for me, it'll be 30%. And if an NPR goes into a system when it is exploring, it has a 10% chance. I'm going to remove that. So the non-player races can't find more non-player races. Although only at 10% chance, it does run a significant risk of bowling out of control, and the game can slow down to a real crawl. And when I say real crawl, this is a sort of turn-based game. I'll explain that in the first episode. But the turns can take hours, and I mean literally hours, to resolve if a huge intergalactic conflict is occurring on the far side of the galaxy, as the game is trying to compute all the turns between the AI factions. It is unfortunate that can occur, and so with my hopes, I'm going to prevent that from happening. Also, with the magic of editing, anything like that will occur. I can always pause the recording, let the turns generate. This game can run happily in the background while I'm doing other things, and then once it's all ready, I can come back in, see what's happened, and then we can go from there. So, next one, I am going to play with all non-player races. Non-player races. So non-player races are an empire like myself. The non-player races are often referred to as the spoilers. You have the precursors, robotic controlled ships, very nasty. The extragalactic invaders. These are ridiculously tough, and I'm going to play on a conventional start, so starting with no tech. This is going to be brutal and will probably be the end of me. But it will definitely make it interesting. Again, I haven't seen many games at all played on YouTube utilising the extragalactic invaders. Have seen them using Star Swarm and precursors though. Again, I'm going for conventional start, so no non-player races will be generated at the start, just so, because they will start at the Trans-Newtonian, i.e. the space age, and that will make it incredibly difficult to expand because they will have a huge tech advantage over me. Next, I am not going to go for any simplifications. I like both of these. Overhauls and maintenance I might change my mind over that, but for now I quite like that mechanic. Realistic command promotions, yes, that is going to be in effect. I am not going to have the political bonuses. That just means that not always the best one for the job is put into position. It's very good for any role-playing. I am going to role-play a little bit, but I am going to be playing a meritocracy. So everyone who is most skilled gets promoted to the absolute top. Which I think will have its own interesting issues, because the ones who are the best skills in that won't necessarily be the best for the job. But we'll see, play it by ear, see how it goes. Inexperienced fleets will be on, so this means that when you create a new unit, a new ship, it is not instantly combat capable. It is slow, it takes several seconds to respond to actions, which means that it won't work coherently within a fleet, and it means the formations can break up, and then in turn that can cause them to either fail to shoot, fail to defend themselves, so it makes it very interesting. Orbital motion I am going to keep on, though I may change that depending on how many systems we're exploring, because once you get into the few dozen systems, the orbital motion of the hundreds and hundreds of planets and asteroids in each system can cause a bit of slowdown. Otherwise, that is all okay. So 4X Season 1. Yeah, and this is redundant. So let us create the game. So I now select the game. So this is the game I'm going to be playing, and I will select it. And you can change a good number of the options, particularly things like the invaders. You can turn them on and off. So what is probably a good idea, which I probably should do, is turn the invaders off until I get to a decent tech level, then turn them on. But I think it's going to be a lot more fun if I do it this way. Fun in the Dwarf Fortress sense. Hence one reason why people refer to this as the Dwarf Fortress of 4X games. The game is a little bit odd in that it is done all in, well, it's actually Visual Basic 6, so it's all Windows. So you actually have dozens of windows and that which you could then swap to. There's no actual proper GUI. So the normal menu you see is the system, but I actually don't have a system yet because I haven't generated one. So I need to turn Space Master mode on. This is the God mode. It allows me to change pretty much everything about the game. And now I need to go and generate some systems for my empire to live in. So for this I need to go to, that's your system information. Oh yes, first of all I need to select the default race, because without default race it doesn't work. Then I need to go to system information. I've done this a few times and I still forget what to do. It's a little bit complicated, which is partly why I'm recording this episode. So not only showing the game, but also how to create a custom start. I find it's a little bit awkward to begin with without starting the Sol. So I will just create a system. And straight away I've got quite a nice little system here. So if I have a look at the system graphic, just a simple representation of them all. Single star, Ritabo A. So you can see all of these. Good number of planets here. In fact, what I would like options, I want the diameter in Earth sizes. So this gives me, well, gives me personally a little bit easier method of understanding it. So this is quite an interesting system, I'd say. Lots and lots and lots of moons, which would be great. Plenty of resources and trans-Newtonian materials to get from that, but nothing instantly habitable. So I need to delete this system. Yes, I will delete it and create a new one. So what do we have here? We do have a methane one, though the surface temperature is atrocious, so that's too cold really. Again, surface temperature is far too low, increases colony cost, which is essentially how habitable it is. A higher value is worse. You want it to be 0 where possible. Basically, you keep doing this. So this is a trinary system. So start the primary A and B have nothing. C is surrounded by a lot of asteroids, a huge asteroid belt. Again, not what I want. This one, I do have a couple of planets which I could make into homes. So yeah, three nice ones. Tiny little planet. But unfortunately with these 3, well these 4, there is nothing else in this system. This would make it incredibly difficult to begin with because I just wouldn't have the resources to expand. I'd only have the homeworld materials. To counter this, I could override it and add the homeworld materials and give high amounts of all materials on all of these planets. But I'd rather be a bit more dynamic, have an asteroid belt which I can mine and things like that, rather than always having, yes, these 4 planets are really good, like that. Again, nothing here, just a solo star. Ooh, here we go. It's an interesting one. Again, not perfect, but do you actually have a methane planet? So I could create a methane breathing race, which would be interesting. Might actually do that, but not on this one. Too few. Oh no, hang on. No, nothing at B. Thought if there was an asteroid belt at B, then I would actually go for this system. Yeah, there is only, I think it's a 1 in 20 chance roll whenever you do a geological survey for minerals on a planet, on any planet or asteroid, to find minerals. So ideally you really want to try and find some good numbers. Now, something like this would be a nice one, but unfortunately again everything's a little bit too small. I suppose potentially I could take a planet like this and actually terraform it using the Space Master mode to get it correct, but I think just trying something a little bit more natural, because this is a very close to the sun and all that. It just seems very odd. Aha! This, though, is a much better candidate. In fact, let's have a look at this system in the system map. So, this game got all the jump points here. So all these locations you need to survey to find these jump points. Because I'm in Space Master mode, I can see the jump points. I don't need to locate them in game. So what have we got here? No, not so happy with this one in the end. Now I actually see the system as a home system. No, I don't really want this on it. Oh, and you can see I've closed the window, so I just need to pull it back up. You can just Alt-Tab. Oh, I can't believe how long it's taking me to generate this at this time. So I have generated a few of these already, 3 or 4 now, and each time has found the system within a dozen refreshers. Found with, surface temperature of around about 4 or 5. It's a little bit chilly, but then, and with normal gases, a little bit heavy gravity, but and then again you find something like that. Bam! Look at that. Absolutely perfect. Let's see what this one looks like in system, because the rest of the system is looking a little bit dull. That's the binary is... Well, that's an interesting binary. So the binary is in there. This one, the actual planets are internal and external. An interesting system. That would be something which would be really nice to look at in Elite Dangerous. Wow, that is really crowded in terms of moons. I'll keep hold of this system. I won't get rid of it, but I'll see if there's any others, because it's definitely an interesting system, but I might change what I'm going to do on this one. Ooh, a trinary system. Well, let's go have a look at this one. So Norgal. This is very interesting, since the primary star isn't much there. The jump points are all there, but then everything else, all the planets, are over here. I have a ground point there and there. I don't want a system like this. This is definitely more interesting than this system. But also, having all the jump points so far away, I think, is not a good plan for this game. And I think having the system rotating all the way around is just going to get really quite awkward. It'd be interesting, I think, but I think it would just probably cause more issues, because it's just going to take forever to get to these locations. Okay, now this system is beefy. Let's go have a look and see what this one is like. So this one is really far away. It's got its own few asteroids. So Pier B, it's got a good number of moons, good few asteroids that, and they are a fair way away. So how far away is that? Wow. That's quite a few. I love this inner system. The fact that it's a binary, that distance of binary is going to will cause issues with shipping. It just will. I'll have things like running out of fuel here. Despite it being a really interesting, nice system, I'm going to have to pass it up. Ooh, this system, I think, is probably going to be the one. I'll need to up the surface temperature a little bit, but I think that will be okay. Yeah, not many asteroids, but a good number of moons. I could probably do with a better planet, but I think it's an interesting enough system. Here we go, this one. This is probably going to be a good choice. So we have a few little systems here, a nice big asteroid belt. That's kind of the thing I just wanted, nice asteroid belt and things, just to have a little bit of orbital motion. Things right outside. Only the one jump point, but I can add more jump points in. So in fact, I will do that, because only a single jump point is a bit silly. So I will add jump point there. Right, I figured out what I was doing wrong. So when you add a jump point, you click add, and it will show you, but you have to actually click the jump point survey. I hadn't surveyed it for the Space Master race. So when I was adding them in, they were hidden. So I just need to delete them. Like that, and there we go. Delete the wrong one. Darn it! Yeah, just like that. Just scatter them around a little bit. Though this one, I'm just going to bring in the distance. Bearing that little... Yeah, they kind of shift around a little bit. So that's fine. Anyway. Oh yeah, it's actually... Yeah, one... Yeah, it's kind of moving which one is number 6. Anyway. Into Cablier A. Which is going to be incredibly difficult to remember. So I'm actually going to rename this system. And with the race Actually, no, I'll rename it in a second, because I'm going to create the empire. So, let us create empire. This is going to be my player faction. So, it's going to be the Anna Different Expeditionary Force. The ADEF. So, and then the new species. The main theme is going to be, it's going to go for the Terran Federation. It's going to be a conventional start. And there's going to be no missile bases to start with. And this is basically just going to be completely irrelevant. It's going to meritocracy. The homeworld. It's going to be Tunny. Because I'm going to be playing the Machina Sapiens, a subsect of humanity which have undergone extreme cybernetic enhancements. And this will allow them to travel across the stars and essentially prevent them from, well, dying through the vastness of space when they came to this unknown system. Other things is this planet is decent size, so why have I only got a tiddly little population? I would like it a lot larger than that. Probably 6 or 5 million. I may consider even increasing it further because I am playing with the rather insane invaders. So I think that will do, because if, for example, if I go for Newtonians, you have a lot more. You actually start with a load of tech and a load of research facilities. I'm going to be playing conventional. So I want to have 2 shipyards and going to start with 20 research facilities. Not going to have any starting tech for anything. Not going to have any missile bases because they apparently can cause errors. And this seems a decent enough. So it's going to be an oxygen breathing race rather than a methane one. I did consider methane, but it's taken me so long to generate just an oxygen atmosphere. I feel this will be okay. So now I can select default race, the different expeditionary force. Now the planet is called Tunny. And I'm going to rename the system Bletchley. Bletchley being, or Bletchley Park being the home of the Colossus and Tunny machines, which were utilised to break the Lorentz German encoder during World War II. Which, for a cybernetic race, you know, having the whole Turing test idea just fits in quite nicely with my canon for this faction. Speaking of, I do need to actually design my race details. So they look hideous. This is not what they look like. They are going to be one of the more robotic ones. So that one there. I'm going to select the ADEF flag, designed by who was it who designed this? That's Talonus. And Kerr gave me the idea for the expeditionary force, and Talonus designed the flag for me. So train level, all this seems good. I'm going to change the hull. I think go for the Defiant. Quite like that design. And this all seems okay. So is good. Save that. Save all of that. I don't know what else needs saving. That is good there. So now, turn Spacemaster off and have a look. Oh, hang on. No, I do need Spacemaster on. Because I have a feeling I've forgotten something rather crucial. Oh no, I do have. Excellent. No, I have not forgotten this. I thought I had to set homeworld materials, but no, that is all done for me automatically when I created the Empire. So that is all in place. which means I can start the game when ready. So, hopefully this has covered a little bit of information as to how to create a custom faction, custom start. However, that concludes this episode 0 for Aurora. So if you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like and or comment below, as it is always great to hear from you lot. Otherwise, that's it from me for now, and I shall see you next time. But until then, I'm out. Goodbye!